White opens with, "Hey blank, it's blank. It was super cool meeting ya yesterday with Mai's gang, haha, so hey, not be too forward, but would you be down to kick it sometime? I know this really good sushi place in blank." White's opening with a friendly approach, a standard book move for shooting your shot. This could go honestly either way. Black responds with, "Hey, yeah, it was great seeing everyone again yesterday." Black's being friendly but notices she completely ignores his invitation. Smart positioning, staying neutral without committing. Simple good move but strong defense. White pushes, "Haha, yeah, so you down to hang out sometime? Let me take you out, weird face emoji. We can go to any Asian restaurant you want, LMAO." Inaccuracy. White's developing his attack and trying to close a deal, but that last line about Asian restaurants is weird phrasing that's about to bite him in his dick. His position looks okay, but there's a trap waiting right in front of him. Black questions, "Any Asian restaurant I want?" LMAO, what does that even mean? Black's pressing White in an excellent move. She instantly spots the racial assumption and counters it immediately. She's forcing him to explain himself, and he's about to shit the bed. White explains, "Haha, well, I didn't know you were part Asian, which is super attractive by the way, but when I found out, I figured you want to eat something Asian, lol." Shit! White just hung his queen in the middle of the board. This is pure fetishization disguised as flirting. He thought he was being rizzy, but he just exposed himself as the type who sees race as gooner material. His position went from decent to extremely cooked in one move. Black deploys the wall. "Nah, I'm good. I actually have a BF, so some random girl emoji." The boyfriend defense. Best possible move. It's a straightforward defense. She sets a clear boundary without being rude. Any normal player would resign here immediately, but White doesn't because he is not normal. White pushes with, "Oh really? Who?" White's refusing to accept defeat. He's asking like he's owed details. Huge mistake. White continues, "LMAO, the Asian guy? Why? When did you guys get together?" Dude's jealousy is showing hard. This isn't curiosity anymore, it is a crash out in progress. Dude needs to hit the resign button, but it didn't, so it's a miss. Black answers with, "Yup, the Asian guy," another weird face emoji, a couple weeks ago. Black's keeping it brief and solid, she's not giving him anything to work with. Perfect defensive good move under pressure. White melts down with, "LMAO, but you're not even that Asian though? Isn't he only 5'10"? LMAO. LMAO, he was rejected from the football team back in high school. I bet he doesn't play any sport for college, which is a shame. Sports are important, especially college football. At least I do that, shaking my head. Holy crash out. White just threw every piece off the board in a racist, insecure tantrum. The man went from flirting to extreme jealousy in seconds. I don't get his thought process. Life isn't some Korean drama where insulting your boyfriend wins her over. Black destroys him. "LMAO, you play Div 3, crying face emoji. What are you talking about? The closest you will ever get to the NFL is if you could become the..." Well, that's brutal. Black just exposed his entire fraud flex. Div 3 football is the bottom tier, and she called it out immediately. The message cuts off, but you can tell she was about to say something like, "the water boy." Either way, that is a clean checkmate. Next, White opens with, "Sup." White's starting with a weak opening, but not too bad. Nothing special, just a basic book move of an opening. Black responds with, "Hello." Black's mirroring White's good opening in a good move. She's matching his energy without committing to anything. White asks, "Hi, what you look like." White's already showing his non-existent brain in a mistake despite adding her from an app with photos. Dude didn't even look at her profile before messaging. Black responds with, "You added me from a place full of my selfies. Please have a look at the app. I did put them there for a reason." Black's calling out his laziness in a brilliant move. She's not sending pics where he could just look at her profile like a normal person. White pushes with, "Yeah, but I want to see a cute snap. If you want me to send you cute snaps, go join my Discord and help me find images, link in the description." White's still demanding photos in a bad blunder after she just explained they're already available. He wants private snaps specifically. Black responds with, "I'm going to refer you back to the app you added me on." Black's maintaining her boundary in a great move. She's not budging and staying firm without being rude, which is honestly surprising. White explodes with, "Kill yourself." White told him to end it all, in Minecraft of course. What a criminal move because she wouldn't send him selfies. Dude went from zero to telling someone to die over not getting special photos. His brain is completely cooked. Next, White opens with, bruh, y'all females act like a feet pic is a nude, bruh. Why y'all can't be like the guys and just do it with no questions asked? White's complaining that women won't send feet pics on demand in a horrible blunder. He's comparing women to men and asking why they just can't comply without questioning it. But he's right about one thing though. I always ask the boys to send me toe pictures for the lulz, of course. Nothing else, obviously. Black responds with, then ask a guy for feet pics? Chill. Black's giving him the obvious solution in a brilliant move. If guys send them, no problem, ask guys. Simple logic that completely destroys his entire opening. White then decides to go on a massive rant with, already did it, always gotta be the stuck up white bitches though in emo like all you do is just stay in a dark room all day and think about killing themselves, but it's always the white people that gotta be so fucking difficult, and for what, like it's a feet pic, it's not a nude, it's just a damn feet pic. But it's always the ugly bitches who think everything is a nude. Y'all always the ugly bitch, man. Always. I bet if it was the dude you was crushing on ask you for fucking feet pic, you will do it in no question asked. No, what I find out something funny, y'all bitches send shit to the person that they like, but when a random person asks, it's no, or y'all bitches say no, but when you find out that the dude you like don't even like you, it's a problem though. But nah, I'm done and you have a great day. Jesus Christ, classic nice guy crash out right there. He's attacking everything about his opponent, even though earlier he was basically begging for feet pictures. Embarrassing blunder. His thought process is just that weird. And after this, he'll still have the audacity to wonder why he's alone, single, and why all his friends are back on the Epstein list. Black screenshots the conversation. Black screenshotting this comedic behavior in a brilliant move. Just collecting evidence of his total meltdown after not getting the gripper pics. Honestly, he should have just gone to Feet Finder and searched me up. He'd have enough goon material for days. Next, White opens with, hey blank, IDK how to say this, but I really like you. I have always liked you. I hope you aren't in band anymore, but can we give this a chance? If not, I understand, but let me know. I really hope this can work out. Blushing face emoji, heart emoji. White's confessing feelings he's had for a while in a decent good move. He's being vulnerable and respectful about asking for a chance, acknowledging she might say no. This is actually a good way to do a confession. Black responds with, hey blank, first off, I'm sorry for being a bit rude last year when I found out you liked me. It was after blank and I broke up. I just didn't want to be in a relationship at the same time. Second, I admire your bravery, but I'm sorry. I just don't feel the same towards you. I do hope we can continue being friends. Black's apologizing for being rude in a great move. This is how you should reject people. Be straightforward but kind. Could be a lot shorter. Black yapped a little bit too much for my taste, but never ever asked to be friends after that shit. Never works. Trust me, I've been there. White says, fuck you, N-word. White immediately dropped a racial slur in a criminal move seconds after getting a polite, thoughtful rejection. Dude went from understanding and hopeful to racist in one message. It's honestly weird behavior, and something is definitely wrong with White. Black asks, you just call me an N-word? The fuck you mean? Black's calling out the slur directly in a good move, expressing confusion and disbelief about what just happened. She's giving him a chance to explain himself. White then says, because you are acting like one, YTF can't you just love me? White's doubling down on using slurs and trying to justify it based on her behavior in a catastrophic blunder. Logic is completely gone. White genuinely thinks it's okay to use slurs when someone or something doesn't go at your way. White definitely scrolls through Instagram reels way too much. Black responds with, for politely rejecting you? Okay, you can stop laughing face emoji. Black's pointing out how shitty this is in a good move. She rejected him kindly and got racism in return. She's telling him to stop with the slurs. White says, why do you keep saying that? I haven't talked to him since yesterday. White's suddenly confused about something completely unrelated in a weird deflection move. He's either trying to change the subject or genuinely lost it in the middle of the conversation. This makes no sense at all. Inaccuracy. Black responds, because you wouldn't call me an N-word, that's why, LMAO. Black's explaining she keeps bringing up the slur because he literally called her that in a good move. Black's staying on topic while White tries to change the topic and deflect. White says, yeah, I would, only when you are acting like one. It's not my fault, tired of it. I feel alone, blank, just need someone to be there for me, okay? Is that too much to ask? White's playing victim now, claiming loneliness justifies his behavior and demanding she comfort him after he attacked her with slurs. The audacity of this creature is absolutely insane. Mistake. Black responds, blank, I'm alone too. I haven't been with anyone in a year, but you don't see me calling people a slur. You can't force someone to like you in that way. Black's explaining basic human emotions in a brilliant move. He's been alone longer, but he doesn't use slurs when things don't go his way. He's teaching him that loneliness doesn't excuse racism, and you can't force romantic feelings. Perfect parry. White says, yeah, but you hurt me, so I had to hurt you back. Okay, I'm sorry, but it's just so hard. It's only been a year for you, but I've been alone my whole life. Whatever, it's fine, bye. White's openly admitting she hurt him, just on purpose as revenge in a stupid mistake. His apology is completely hollow because White's still justifying his actions. White's trying to make her pain more valid than him. Black asks, "How did I hurt you? You started liking me after broke up with me. I was still in love with her. I wasn't going to be able to move on from her just like that." Black's breaking down the previous match he had with a different opponent in a great move. And he still hasn't recovered from that elo loss he received that day. I'm also so lonely. All the other YouTubers are scared of me. They think I am unstable. If you don't think so, like and subscribe and buy my merch, link in description. White says, "I said bye, you already did enough." White's trying to end the conversation while still blaming Black in a weak move. He's positioning himself as the victim who's been wronged when he's the one who used slurs. Mistake. Black asks, "What do you mean by enough?" Black's demanding clarity in a good move because he literally didn't do anything to her. She rejected him politely and got attacked for it. White says, "You hurt me enough already." White's insisting that rejection itself is harmful and a pathetic miss. Black responds, "We never had a thing." White stating obvious facts in a brilliant move. They were never in a relationship, so there's nothing to hurt or betray. He's confused why he's acting like she broke up with him. White says, "I know, but it just hurt." White's admitting they had nothing but claiming emotional damage anyway in a blunder. Her feelings aren't his responsibility, especially when they were never together. Black responds, "Well, I'm sorry, but still, you just don't call people a N-word, LMAO." Black's sharing empathy while maintaining boundaries in a great move. He's sorry he's hurt, but makes it clear that pain doesn't justify racism. White finishes with, "But you are being an N-word." White ended the conversation by using the slur one final time in a catastrophic blunder. She learned absolutely nothing from this entire exchange. She's still justifying racism based on her behavior of politely rejecting him. Next, White opens with, "Are you a sea lion? Because I can see you lie in my bed tonight." White's using a terrible animal gambit in a weak book move. The move is forced and the delivery is painfully awkward. Black responds, "No." Black shutting him down instantly in a best move. Nothing else is needed, just a clean, simple two-letter word. White responds with bat emoji, soup emoji. White just made a racist joke about eating bats and soup in an outrageous move, clearly because she's probably Asian. Dude just got rejected and immediately went for racist stereotypes about Asian people and COVID. The fact that he used emojis instead of words makes him a complete coward. If you're going to be racist about it, at least be 100%. Don't be a wimp hiding behind emojis, pussy. Next, White opens with, "Hi blank, it's blank, I'm bored." White starting with zero effort in a weak book move opening. "Nobody cares that you're bored, little bro, unless you're hot like me." Black responds, "Hey, what's up?" Black's being friendly in a good move despite White's lazy, overused opening. White says, "Hey cutie, I'm at the gym getting my pump in. Let's meet up for dinner late after you're done with your crap. Holla." White's flexing about the gym in a mistake while dismissing everything she's doing as worthless and demanding she show up later. This is already a red flag if you have any common sense. Black responds with, "This is all really flattering, really, but I'm not very interested. I'm moving soon as you know, and I kinda just want to enjoy my last days with my family with the time I have left. It was really nice meeting you though, and you seem really cool. I wish you luck on your future plans. Thanks again." Black's handling this with extremely good maturity and a brilliant move. She's being kind while setting boundaries about her priorities. Surely nobody will take offense to this type of rejection. Right? Yeah, well, you read the title. White explodes, "Fuck you, prejudiced, ignorant white bitch that doesn't want me. Go date your whiter span guys. Fuck off. There's something called long distance friendships and relationships, you goddamn closed minded, ignorant, small minded. Exactly why you were working at McDonald's. That's the small level of nothingness and thinking you and your friends and family are on delete." White's brain completely shattered in a catastrophic blunder. He went full racist because she politely declined. This man just had a full incel breakdown and exposed every red flag possible. The terrible spelling throughout shows how fast he was crashing the hell out. He was probably so heartbroken at this rejection and took it straight to the soul. Black finishes with, "Wow, I'm so glad I decided to not go anywhere with you. Have a nice life." Black's keeping her composure in a brilliant move. She just avoided a walking disaster while somehow still showing the patience of a saint. Next, White opens with "Hi." White's starting basic in a weak book move. Nothing special in this opening, it's as old as the first Gooner. Black responds, "Hey." Black's matching his energy in a good move. Standard play, just mirroring the opponent as usual. White says, "Hi, can we talk about something when you do have a chance?" White's asking to have a serious conversation in a good move. He's being respectful over time, but the hesitation in tone is ominous. This probably isn't going to end well, and here I am foreshadowing. Black answers with, "Yes, what's up? I'm ready." Black's making herself available immediately in a good move. She's showing she's willing to engage, opening the board calmly and confidently. White starts chirping with, "IDK recently, I just really don't have time to talk to someone. Like I have so much more going on to you, don't even know about it, and it hurts me because I feel like I'm stringing you on and giving you false hope that we are going to talk like that. But don't get me wrong, you're a handsome man, and maybe in the future when I'm not so messed up we can, but for now I'm gonna focus on myself, okay? I probably won't text as much because I'm literally doing school and work stuff. stuff. White's breaking things off in what looks like a book move at first. She's being honest about her capacity and trying to let him down easy while leaving the door open for the future. Explains her situation with school and work clearly, completely reasonable play. Black responds with his own long-ass paragraph. Okay, I'm the type that once I get rejected, there isn't a second chance. If it didn't work out this time, I don't believe it will in the future. I take 18 hours of classes, work 17 hours, and have my own mental stuff you don't know about either. I'm not saying I'm busier or going through it worse than you. I'm saying there's a certain amount of effort people choose to put in. Relationships are not meant to be entered when you're perfect. You grow and help the other person grow. So I'm not interested in texting as friends. It was nice getting to know you. I hope things work out for you. Black's shutting down all future hope in a brilliant move. He's completely right. Busy people still make effort when they care. He's calling out that relationships aren't about waiting until you're perfect. They're about growing together. And he's being direct about not wanting a friendship since that's not what he's after. Solid, composed defense from Black. White says, okay, bet, say less, ain't gonna force none on you. Salute emoji, you can just delete my number and snap, I'll do snap for you. White's accepting it quickly in what looks like a good move. She's being calm and mature, offering to handle the deletion herself. It seems chilled. Surely won't go south, right? White then does 180 and says, for real was trying to end on a good note and not be petty, but that paragraph just wasn't it. It makes me feel like I def made the right choice because I didn't want to do this, but oh well, it is what it is, skull emoji. White completely switches up in a catastrophic blunder. She tries to paint herself as the mature one, but instantly gets petty about his boundaries. She's clearly mad that he refuses to stay on the hook. Next, White opens with clearly no chemistry here and the conversation isn't exactly flowing, so I think it's fair to say it's not going anywhere. White's politely ending things in what seems like a good move. He's being mature about recognizing it's not working. Black responds, it's cause I fell asleep. Black's giving a reason and completely missing the point. If someone hits you with that kind of opening, it's probably deeper than just falling asleep. After gooning all night, it happens to me all the time. Inaccuracy. White then says, I'm sorry, but I think it's more than that. I really don't think it would lead anywhere. But once again, good luck with everything on here. I'm sure you'll find what you're looking for. White's insisting it's over in a forced move, even after learning she was just asleep. He's being polite but firm about ending it despite her explanation. White then explodes with, you selfish fucking slag, can't even give it more time, you women are all the same, I'm going to take my life, thank a fucking lot. Black now completely loses it over rejection in the most catastrophic blunder possible. It can't be that serious, man, just move on and find someone else, there are millions of men in the sea, or whatever the old saying is. Next, White opens with, can I take you out? White's asking her out directly in a decent good move. Straightforward and simple, sometimes it's all you need, just a basic clean play. Black responds with, I have a boyfriend, sorry. Black's declining politely in a good move. She's being clear about why without being rude, and she's pulling out the classic I have a boyfriend gambit. White says he can go too, you just gotta pay for himself. White's inviting her boyfriend along in a trophy move. Dude didn't care and basically said, bring your little boyfriend with you. This is either the most confident or most delusional response possible. I wish I had that kind of energy. I can't even look into the eyes of that cute lady at the retirement home. Anyways, I gotta pay for my date with my friend. Help me by pressing that playlist that pops up.